Hello there, how you doing? More goodies came in today. Piling up. Electronics vintage. That was a phone off USS Thorn. Oh well, okay, so I'll keep the topic I wanted to mention to you. My adventures at Happy Acres. This is a video to simply introduce to you the explorers of Riverview Hospital. See the links below. Okay, so it's fun, and it was made a month ago. I lived there. I was put in there, decreased clinic unit as an adult, on an adult basis. And then I graduated to Westlawn Building. A1, A2, then C4 if I didn't go to school, which was kind of weird and wonderful. I always remember cocoa time at 10 o'clock and jelly sandwiches and peanut butter. All of the meals are pretty good there. They came from Colony Farm. Anyway, so that was a while ago, a long time ago. And me settling into Westlawn or Crease, I had a lot of interesting dates, let's say. A lot of sex. Plus I had a gun collection in there as well as a radio collection next to my bed on A2 ward. In the back of Westlawn Building, I was hauling in heavy electronic stuff that was in their miniature scrapyard of vintage medical things. It was a Wopular, huge diathermy machine. I had quite a... On the back side of Westlawn Building, I was going up the stairs with this thing. It was heavy, and I slid it under my bed or next to my bed. So I actually had 50 beds. In the dorm, I moved them at least 6 inches so I could get my stuff in properly, and I kept the guns underneath in a locked box. It was, as I recall, pistols, and a shotgun, because I was collecting outside in Coquitlam, because I had ground privileges. I could come and go as I wanted, and I was told that I could leave anytime I want, which I did do. However, I'm keeping this relatively short. I have reported to Constable Brookbank patients that were beat up by staff on C4 ward, and that got them upset. The staff had cornered me in the laundry room and said, if you're going to keep doing that, we're going to throw you in the laundry. So I told Constable Brookbank, he put me under protective observations. As time progressed, it was run by Dr. Alice Kramer, at the time Dr. Slichter, Dr. Hitchings, and other doctors. Dr. Hitchings, British guy, Dr. Slichter. My treatment was basically relaxation exercises. Tense up, relax, visualize my fear, which is simply agoraphobia. That was my treatment. And I did pester them for small amounts of Valium for sleeping at night, and I took that. So I'm still on Xanax. I take Xanax. I've been weeding myself off over a number of years down to just a very small amount sometimes. I find it not that good. But anyway, so one day I left the place and got my dad to pick up the radio gear and some of the guns, and I took one pistol to the Drexel Rooms, 5 West Hastings Street, where I proceeded to use that as my area to get welfare and to find a room in North Vancouver at 1458 East 29th Street, Lynn Valley, North Vancouver, with Mrs. Murphy, and that's how I graduated in a huge armory. I built up an electronic lab. Then in '83, George Hathaway discovered me, I guess you'd say, and I was Pizarro. Anyway, as time progressed along in that, I have no criminal record, no violent activity, nothing, so that allowed me to get my special permits to own automatic weapons, machine guns and all that stuff, and which I did own, lots of them. In those days, it was a free world. Today's world is not free anymore. It's sorry, it's being eaten up by dirty politicians, dirty media, all kinds of nonsensical garbage. I never participated in that world, and anyway, back to Westlawn. Okay, so I left there. But yeah, it's The video is very interesting. I wrote some of my history and the history of Riverview, West Lawn, on their blogger, and I find it very. I learned a lot there of humanity and humans and different conditions they have. There was all walks of life in that place: lawyers, doctors, believe it or not, a judge who I found who hung himself in the Crease Clinic library on a steam pipe, and I reported to the staff and tried to break into the library. It's on a weekend. The judge, I forget his last name. Well, anyway, I reported what I seen to the RCMP, and it was investigation and all that kind of thing. The staff that were beating up and killing patients got arrested and thrown in jail, I believe. And I stayed on for quite a while and proceeded to leave. I just went up to the doctor, said I'm bored, and he said, okay, here's $20. Here's some introduction letters to people in Vancouver that may help you. So it was an interesting experience. The whole thing was. The upper 5th floor on West Lawn building was not used. It used to be a ward, and I picked the lock and got up there and used that my area to play in, kind of thing, and take women up there and other people. We had fun up there. We stole some laundry bags and made a bed and everything. It was kind of fun. But looking at the video, it reminded me of so many different things in that place I had fun with. And it's not really, I didn't notice any ghosts or anything in there when I was there. But could be now. I don't know. I would break in a moment and film everything and explain everything to you, but I can't get there. I did break into Woodlands School with Lama Lee and Corinne, but I didn't have a camera, unfortunately. I would have done a documentary on that. It was used by the X-Files people. A lot of those buildings are. The Crease Clinic building is still used by Stargate SG-1 people and other TV shows like Fringe and many others around the world are American, like using it because of the tax breaks and everything they have up there. So anyway, enjoy the video, okay? It's linked below along with my history kind of the place, written up in the history of West Lawn and all that stuff. So I'm keeping it short because I want to.
What time is it?
Oh, no, yeah, it's what? 7 minutes. Okay, it's long enough. So I'll be busy today with the machinery and doing repairs on stuff. I go around doing repairs of machine tools, all electronics out there that are arriving all the time. There's a pallet coming from Fair Radio Sales, Ohio. I got to someday sort out the armory. I do have the same guns I had at Riverview. They're in a crate, pistols and junk like that. So with original price tags on them. That's kind of cool. Anyway, I gotta go. So that's my little spiel for the day. It's chilly out. And thanks again, Bernie. It was fun. And somebody else wanted me to be on their show called something, or I forget what it was. I'll get to you eventually. And I wonder when Bob Greener's coming out. And Yin. I think on the 14th. So Bob will be copying all those documents I have. Hopefully get the videos, put them all over the place online and whatever. So that'll be new information that nobody's ever seen before. I have tons of stuff that nobody's ever seen. I never bothered to post it. I'll look at it and get very bored and sleepy. Okay. I'm going.
Hi, Doctor.
Hello, Doctor. Cack bag of knuckles to jump for joy. I got a clean bill of health for Dr. McCoy.